Welcome to In the Closet.
You sound like a game show host. Please stop.
You're going to get 3 spins before the podcast ends.
Oh my gosh.
For your chance at nothing. But if you listen to our premium podcast...
We have a premium podcast?
No. No, we don't.
Fake news.
Fake news.
Yet. We're doing the Patreon thing. We talked about this, and we're going to do some extra stuff, some stunts. Angie's going to do some stunts. I never signed up for that.
And you just have to pay. It's going to be like $1 maybe to buy that episode, but it's going to be totally worth it because for her to do this stunt she does for people, and we'll have to put it on YouTube.
What stunts are you talking?
I've got tons that you can do. It's going to be so much fun. You might get hurt.
I didn't agree to this.
There's a chance you get hurt on some of them.
You hope I get hurt. Cash in on my life insurance.
No, I don't. You don't have any.
I don't have life insurance.
And some life insurance. I've tried to get you to get it, and you won't do the exam. This is what it is. It's like you're like, I don't have time for dying, so I don't need life insurance.
I've never said that. First of all, second of all, you've never said, Ange, I need you to go get an exam for life insurance.
I need to do that.
I mean,
Why do I have to do it? Go get your life insurance.
Because you're in freaking insurance. You're the one that...
I don't like life insurance. I don't want to deal with life insurance. I'm not a life insurance sales guy. I'm not a life insurance person.
Okay, but you...
When people say, hey, what do you think about life insurance? I go, ugh.
Okay, but you still are in the insurance industry. You can do that for me.
You're killing my vibe with selling me out that I'm in the insurance industry. People are going to not listen
Jeff,
from this point on.
Put yourself out there as slinging insurance all the time.
I do sling the insurance, so
it's hot in here.
I don't really sling insurance.
It's
Other
hot
people
in here.
do, and I consult them.
You have said...
Who's pulling in our driveway?
You said you sling insurance. Oh, that's Ronnie's mom.
Oh.
Ronnie's mom is here to get Ronnie. Don't let her be peeping.
Do we need to pause this?
No.
So that you can go let Ronnie out?
No. Ronnie's 11 years old. He can let himself out. I'm not that mom.
Yeah, but...
I don't walk kids through the door.
But she's like...
She's
more like a grandmother that wants to talk to the mom.
No, we've talked twice today.
Yeah, but there's a formal thing about kids being picked up and like you being there to say,
do you want me to go do that?
A good boy.
You go
Ronnie
solo.
Was so good.
You need to go solo for a minute anyway.
I don't know how to go solo.
Well, then I'm not going to go. We're not turning this off.
What about Ronnie and his mom?
I text Nate. It's going to be fine, babe. They're 11. They aren't toddlers. Ronnie can get his crap and walk himself to the door and go outside. Why do I need to go? Brooke just texted me. I think the doorbell rang.
Hey,
you take this by yourself for a minute.
I got
I'm going.
this.
I'll be back.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to sound really stupid for a few minutes because Ronnie's mom's here. And as we sound stupid, I'm currently looking for something to talk about because I'm not good. I'm good spontaneous with other people around. So if there's like people here to throw things off of, pretty much like anybody else in the world, like playing off people is a lot easier. But, well, shoot. What can we do? We could find something inspirational. Something that's like, it's going to change all of our lives together at the same time. Like motivational things. Like Warren Buffett. So if somebody's constantly bringing you down, cut them out of your life. It's that simple. Which I kind of agree. But it's not always easy to cut people out of your life, even if they're really negative. Like, we've all had people that are either family, really good friends, or not even really good friends, but people that are in our life that are friends, or they're the spouse. They're the mother effing spouse of one of your really good friends. But man, they drag you down constantly. Like they kill the mood, or they're negative, or they're always talking about politics or religion, which I'm down with talking about religion, but not if it's dogmatic talk like that. So that's where I kind of fall off. You know what I'm talking about, people? Like people that are negative and bring you down, and you feel worse about things, or you feel worse about life when they leave your presence. Those people, I think, not as easy to do, but I think we should phase them out. But let's see here. What would be better? This one is nice to have a person to converse with. Is it converse? Those are freaking shoes. Or converse. This is when it's good to have somebody you can go, hey, person over there, would it be better to just totally cut this person out of my life or to phase them out strategically? I have a feeling that the person over there is going to say to me, cut them out, because instead of enduring a lot of pain over a specific period of time, just endure a lot of pain right now. Maybe it's not pain. Maybe it's really good stuff. Maybe the pain is more like aggravation. But so you cut that person out, and they're gone, and they post stuff on Facebook about you, being a butthole because you don't return your calls, or you don't ever go to Buffalo Wild Wings, or you don't want to go hang out at the strip club where you're looking for love, and you don't. That's not where you want to look for love. That's really not where you want to look for love. I mean, I didn't look for love there, but I know that it would be easy for a man to try to find love at a strip club. But just think of the long game. It's not going to work very well. It might. There's always that percentage chance. I'm trying to be Ange and me at the same time, because Ange always is the hopeful romantic, the hopeless romantic that's like, well, it could work. It's worked in these situations. And I'm like, what freaking situations did a stripper get picked up by a dude and they lived happily ever after until they were like 89 and holding each other's hands on their deathbed? I mean, I want that example. But then, you know what? But it maybe just last 10 years and it was just like really, really, really fun, really sexy, really good sex, and they just fell out of love, or the lust wore off. Because a lot of times, let's get into that. Let's get into the lust thing. Lust or love? Lust or love? What is it? Is it lust that wears off, or love that wears off?
I'm back.
She's back. I've needed somebody to converse with because I've been talking to an invisible person about several things. We have gone off the wagon. I've gone into several different topics and not resolved any of them. And now I'm talking to no one about what wears off.
I'm here.
Here's
back.
the deal. Here's the deal. Start off with a quote from Warren Buffett. About cutting people out of your life that's negative. Okay? And then I got into the discussion with no one about would it be easier to just cut the person out of out of your life, like bam, out of my life, or slowly, strategically, like cut them out of your life. And then I kind of concluded with the invisible person that it would probably be better just to endure all the pain or aggravation of just doing it, just one fell swoop.
If you have to cut them out of your life, you just cut them out of your life.
See, we agree.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's so much better when sometimes you're not here. I'm kidding.
I had to go.
Somehow, though, it moved to going to a strip club to find love. This is interesting, right? Going to a strip club to find love because you're a lonely dude.
I don't know.
It's not smart, but your penis thinks for you sometimes, especially when you're young.
I'm glad you said that. I have something. Go ahead, finish, but I have something.
So I'm trying to. I know I'm recapping people, and I'm sorry if this is boring, but she's got to know where my head's at. So you go to the strip club, you meet the love of your life, right?
Right.
Probably not. And I said, Ange is the hopeless romantic, so she's gonna be like, well, it could work. It could happen. Like, there could be that one time.
It could.
See, people?
I mean, it could.
It could. But I want to see, give me one example. I said, give me one example of that 87-year-old couple with one dying on their deathbed and they're holding their hands and they've been happily ever after. But then I started to get into right before we walked in, it's like, what if it's just a good 10-year run of fun and sex and like kinky stuff?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, well, then it morphed into what love or lust. What's lust, what's love, and what runs out? Does love run out, or does lust run out? Or does lust run out, or does love run out? I just said that two different ways, but the same thing.
I think if you're with the right person, neither of them run out. But here, this goes perfectly kind of along with it. This is something that I saw on Instagram. I don't know who it's from. So sorry that I'm reading it and not shouting you out. Not that you're ever going to hear this.
You suck.
But this says, it's like a little like not a meme, but like a quote. It says, masturbate before you reach out to them. Yes, I'm serious. We do dumb shit when we're horny. And then the things that, or the, the description of the whatever. It says, I'm dead serious, guys and gals. Don't let your hormones intoxicate your mind and cloud your judgment. Flick the bean or beat your meat before you reach out to them. See, after your orgasm, if you feel the same about them, or were you just horny?
It's true for dudes.
Right?
Joe Rogan
Oh, Lordy.
has a bit about that whole thing. He's like, okay, you're thinking all this stuff, or you're going to do this stuff, or you talk to this girl, or whatever, and you're like, he said, jerk off and then think about it.
Yeah, that's what
If
he's
you
saying.
jerk off and then he said, every time you do it, you calm down and you're like, oh no.
He's saying like I think what went on, and I didn't screenshot that part, so but I do remember because this was just yesterday or the day before. He said he was talking about like before you jump into their DM and start doing stupid shit.
Wow, what? I wonder if that guy, if he would have.
I know. Did we talk about this?
No.
Let me tell you all this story.
If he would have jerked off before he DM'd you, then maybe it wouldn't have got so weird.
This story is funny. So this guy. Okay, I get people. I'm gonna say it, and you don't like it. I get people sliding into my DMs. Okay. I mean,
I don't like the saying. I don't mind people sliding in your DMs.
Well,
That's
people
fine.
slide
It's
into my
comical
DMs
for me.
sometimes.
I get to see this stuff all the time. It's so funny.
Most of the time, it's benign. Like most of the time, it's just stupid stuff, right?
Well, guys are trying to hit you up.
But this guy says, he says, nice body with a little monkey hide your face and then heart eyes. I didn't respond. Okay. He sees that I open it because apparently I follow him. I don't know who he is. Then he puts a fire besides he reacted to my story and put a fire emoji by something that I was saying. And then he said, hey, and I didn't respond. Then a few hours later, he put a fire emoji by a picture of my dog. Fire emoji.
I get it, man. He's getting to your heart.
After I didn't say anything, immediately I get a dick pic.
Terrible angle, people.
It's
a
up.
terrible.
I had to like turn it to see what it even.
I don't even know how he got that picture.
It looks like.
He took a dicky selfie.
It looks
pic.
like Squidward's nose.
It does. It's
Is
like
Squidward the
it's
guy with the
not-
green guy?
The funny thing is it's not all the way hard. And I'm going to describe this
Well,
to
I
you
sure
people.
hope it's not.
I'm going to describe this to you people because yes, I looked at it.
He had to. I made him look.
I'm always going to look at it. I'm got to see what people are sending you. If you tell me there's a dick pic and it's available to see, I've got to see it. Not because I love seeing dick, but because I got to see the variety. What people are doing that's creative when they want to get some booty. Like what this has got to be like. You got to shine that thing up. You got to shave it up. You got to get it pretty. This guy
Put it up again beside the remote just so we can see how big it is.
or a Coke can.
Coke can.
Oh,
Monster.
She's got a few of those. Very funny when you open your DM and it's a guy with his huge hog beside a freaking Coke can, and you're like,
Look, I'm bigger than a Monster can.
yeah, and it's like, okay, that's impressive, but you didn't even say anything before it. It's not like
Right.
we had a conversation. I just get a
No.
dick pic. I mean, anyway.
I hadn't responded or anything.
So this guy's semi at best. It's an angle that's weird. It's the underside of his dong. He's got hair everywhere. I'm talking.
Well, it's not the underside.
Yeah, it is.
I'm looking at it right now. No, it's not.
Yes, that's the underside of your dick.
Jeff, that's the top.
No, that's underneath your dick. The other side's the top. If
This
I
is the
hold
top.
if I hold my stuff
Babe,
out.
this is the middle of his
No,
arm.
the top is here. The bottom is here. The underneath
When
is
you said underneath, I thought if you guys
you can
could see a
touch
video.
it. You can touch it.
If you guys,
Sorry.
if we were videoing right now, this could not be shown. I thought you meant underside from this angle.
Not the satchel.
Okay.
Not underside satchel. Guys, we're doing a description
Wait,
here. I have my
so
junk
this is
out.
this is the top.
No, he's laying on his back, and it's laying on his stomach like that.
Right, which is the top.
No, the top is not this. This is the bottom. This is the underneath.
Depends
This
on
would be
which-
the top. If you're gonna, what's the top of your foot?
Okay, fine.
Because
You're right.
when I hold it out,
You're right.
the top
Okay.
is not where my
Okay.
hand is. I mean, both of my hands are.
Okay, sit down and put it away for a second. Let me finish this thing. So yes, it's a really bad angle with what Jeff's trying to say. Okay, so
And
I
he's
get
got
that.
hair up his
And
shaft.
he's-
You got to keep the hair off the shaft, even if you like are like retro and you're going to sport the bush.
No, which is
You've
not
got
okay.
to get the root down. Like you got to at least
Oh,
shave to
so
the
he's seriously nasty,
shave.
you guys. I can't.
At least when you've got hair growing up your dick shaft, you got to
He's
do
nasty.
something about that.
And I don't know if he thinks I'm going to talk to him because he's muscular, right?
Oh, he's built.
Yeah, he's built.
He's really
But
ripped.
I don't know if the
This is a good
I don't
thing
know-
for everybody out there to realize that just because somebody's handsome or beautiful or got a great body, it does not mean they take care of their junk
Well, he obviously
or
doesn't.
even know that their junk's decent. Like,
Okay.
And
No.
who sends a dick pic?
Especially without.
I mean, I'll send one. If I were single right now, it would take a minimum of 3 outright requests.
oh, you're gonna get dick pic requests like crazy now.
3 outright requests, and I'll send it. But not. I'm not even if a girl's like, oh my gosh, I want to see yours. I want to see blah 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 blah. I'd be like, you don't want to see it. Not because it's not any better than any other dick, but I'm like, nope, nobody. I mean, come on. You got to be so I don't know how girls do it. Girls have to be so freaking horny to actually ask
This
to
is
see
true.
a dick.
This is true. But what I'm saying is, I haven't even had a conversation with this person. I haven't responded the last 4 things he said to me. My profile on my Instagram does not suggest, hey, send me dick pics. Like I don't post pictures.
It kind of does.
No, it doesn't.
You're a hot girl. There's crazy
No,
guys out there.
I'm saying some women and some fitness people, they put pictures in there, and I'm not judging them. They can do what they want. It's their page. I don't have any thong pictures on there. I have like a few bikini pictures just when we were at the beach, not a big deal. But I don't have like my boobs out all the time. I don't have a thong on. Nothing suggests, hey, send me one of these pictures. Nothing. But I get one. So I don't respond, and then he says, hey, like he's almost yelling at me. Then he comments on one of my pictures, and my picture came up in the chat. I don't know. I guess I was doing squats.
Oh, that was a good squat pic.
I was doing squats, and he says, perfect ass. Then I'm still not responding. Can I see your woohoo or boobs? You are sexy. Come
Let me
on.
reiterate though. This entire conversation is not even a conversation. We're talking
No.
about, and I know out there, I know that people are like, oh my gosh, why didn't you just block them after the first thing? But this is fun for us people.
Oh, because it's comical.
this
It's
is
entertainment.
fun for us.
I wanted to see how far he would go, right?
You only got so much life left. This
Oh.
is fun.
I was not responding. I wasn't baiting him. I wasn't being like, hey, back. I wasn't baiting.
I've got to admit though, I was trying to get you to.
No,
and
I.
you wouldn't do it.
No, I would
was
not.
like, send him this and get him
No.
worked up. The guy's in Turkey,
Yeah.
right? Or was it Hungary?
Istanbul, wherever that is.
Istanbul.
So he's
Those
saying.
bulls, he thought women are trash, obviously.
So he's saying all this stuff back to back to back. And then he says, you're so sexy. You are sexy. And then he says, come on, baby. And then, like, oh, it doesn't tell me the times. Literally, like, a second or two after he said, come on, baby, he says, fuck off with a middle finger emoji. I guess because I wasn't responding.
Well, I mean, I guess after like an entire day of sending you stuff, he realized you're seeing it, but you're not responding.
Well, but why be mean? Why say that to somebody?
Have some self-respect, bro.
Well, yeah, because now you know I'm over here laughing at you, and I'm
We're
talking about you on
having
my
a blast.
podcast.
We were disappointed that he quit. This was going really well for us.
I need to go back and block him. I still haven't blocked him, but now that we've talked about that, and I think I've taken screenshots in case we need to talk about it
I
ever
just
again.
wish you would have done like I
But-
said, like ask him if you could see like the weirdest angles of his dick.
I
like,
think I got that angle.
No. But I mean, even other ones like, oh, you know, what really gets me is a side shot
Oh gosh.
with your hand like reverse grip style, just on the tip,
Oh my gosh.
and see if he'd do it
he would have done it. I guarantee you.
with a peace sign with your other hand right underneath it,
oh my gosh.
like something like that.
So
just
weird.
It's so funny. That's what we're talking about here is the hormones.
Right.
They take over your brain. So he would have done it because his dong would have been hard.
But if he,
And a girl's telling him to do stuff, and he's just like, oh.
if he would have masturbated, maybe he would have never
He wouldn't have.
slid into my DM.
He might have the next day.
Maybe. Anyway, I thought that was an interesting quote, and it kind of went along with what you were talking about. So there you go. What else?
Well, I guess we can go back to that.
What?
Or back to it for guys. It's good to clear your head. I guarantee you.
And don't be drinking. That's terrible. Don't be drinking. Because sometimes I put stuff on my story. I've said
We're
that before.
drinking right now.
If you're going to slide into somebody's DM, I'm saying.
Slide into somebody's DM.
I'm just saying, if you're thinking about messaging somebody, don't do it when you're drunk. Because I've put things on my story that I think is funny or witty, and I wake up the next morning and have to delete it off there because I have been drinking too much wine.
I've had you delete stuff moments after you've
Right.
put stuff on there.
So that's what I'm saying. You have to be of clear mind if you're going to put yourself out there for somebody.
That's great advice.
Right.
But I do think when I said I do think, I didn't mean I do think. What I meant to say is I saw a video of a guy in his car, and it was like he was talking his inner monologue to himself, but then this girl beside him was just rambling on. And he was saying, basically, I listened to this girl like crazy. I was nodding. I was like totally on with her because he wanted to hook up with her. So he's listening to all her stupid, crazy stuff. She's super annoying. Didn't bother him at all. He wasn't annoyed. He wasn't. But now he's nutted. So he's like, what have I done? Like, why have I done this? This is misery. I got to figure out a way to get her out of here. Like, I got to figure out a way to get rid of her and never see her again. Because he finished. Like, he was
Well,
done.
yeah, I mean, there's aftercare.
Yeah.
There's aftercare. You
Yeah,
can't just.
That's why you got to be right mind before care. That's why if you take care of business before you go out and you meet somebody you want to hook up with, the guys recover pretty quick, though. Especially in a certain age.
girls.
Guys literally, I mean, you nut and then I think you're good mentally for a good bit of time. Like that's what I'm saying though. You're good. It could be anywhere you could recover within to where you could go again within 15 minutes or 2 hours, right?
Yeah.
So for a guy, but that's physically. But like if I hit it and I finish, and then 15, 20 minutes later, if it's like you and we want to go at it again, like for having some crazy stuff going on, I'll be good. It'd be no problem getting it back going. But mentally, I would be in a different place, like where I could resist things that I couldn't before I went the first time.
I hear you.
So guys, if they get that and then they go out to a club, they're going to be nearly as hyper about settling for a girl physically as they would be if
True.
they got rid of that
I think that's a good theory.
and then went out. And they probably wouldn't be as aggressive either
Oh, that's a good
if
theory.
they got it out.
Good theory. Good theory.
So pro beating it. That's
Right.
what we're supporting here.
Well, sure.
It's my campaign slogan.
Oh gosh.
I'm going to run for office, local office, and I'm going to put signs in my yard that say,
Go put signs in Bob's yard.
I got to think through this slogan. I want it to be good.
Yeah.
You know, I want it to be.
I think you need to take your time with it.
It could be. No. It'd have to be like beat it up sign or something. I don't know. We'll have to work on that.
Yeah, you need to work on that a little bit more.
We'll have to work on that. I was thinking about, I don't know how to get like the penis with the circle with the line through it to match the dog pooping, because I want it to be that you do beat it, not circle around it and a line
Yeah,
through
that's
it.
not going to work. You need to work on it a little bit more. You need to get your marketing skills on that.
You need to get on that.
Oh my gosh. I'm so tired. I can't even get on my chair, I feel like.
Well,
It's been a long week. It's been stupid.
this week's been amazing.
We had-
It's been one of the greatest weeks of all time.
Well, I'll tell you this. So a couple podcasts ago, we talked about how to get a stronger mind.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave you a hard time about one of the tips from the Dalai Lama. Am I saying that right? The Dalai Lama?
Yes, and I got a story for you about Dalai Lama.
Okay. Anyway, about self-reflecting, and I went on and on about how stupid it, but I did that this week. I challenged myself because another thing to get mentally strong, you said, was to do something challenging every day.
Isn't that funny how that works?
So I said, well, it's going to be challenging for me to self-reflect because I don't even know how the heck to do that. But I had some stuff happen this week that kind of forced me to. And I started getting down deep into my feels, deep in there. And I started thinking, and then I started thinking about words. I thought about resilience today. And so I looked up resilience quotes. And before you know it, I'm self-reflecting.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Going back,
mother.
thinking about your life.
Yeah.
Thinking about things.
Thinking about how it's actually really, really good. I don't know that I'll do it every day, but this week it has helped me realize a few things. So I highly recommend it, which is weird. And I didn't take the 15 minutes bull crap like the Dalai Lama said.
No, you know what?
I took 5.
That's the thing about...
Or 10.
That's the thing about us improving ourselves. It's more about, I think, the things I've run into is having to be so rigid in doing things the way somebody says or the way somebody wants you to do them, like meditation or self-reflection or whatever it might be. I think when you say, I've got to do 15 minutes, it's restrictive and it makes you not want to do it.
Yeah.
But if you say, or 5-7 days a week, I got to do it. I think the way you did it helped you improve and realize something about yourself that you wouldn't have if somebody held you to it. But you took it in your own hands, you made it custom, and you said, I'm going to do it. It might be 2 minutes, it might be 5 minutes, and it might be 2 times a week.
Right.
But it helped me improve myself.
It's not exactly how the Dalai Lama said it, but I'm rebellious.
You're a little rebellious.
I'm a little rebellious. I live on the edge a little bit. So I was like, I'm not doing 15 minutes and I'm not doing it every day. I'll do it every few days and I'll give you 5.
Dalai Lama's happy with that.
So tell me your story.
What he probably did is he probably overestimated to get you to get to 5.
Ooh.
Because he's smarter than us.
Like I do when I tell the girls what time to be ready. I tell them to be ready way sooner than we really need to leave.
Or guys, like I do when I go out.
Yeah.
You tell the lady when she says, when will we be home? You say midnight. And then you get home at 10:30.
And then she's mad because she's like, you didn't tell me I need to get my boyfriend out of here.
That's a good point.
So, there you go.
But then she's like, why are you home so early? And you're like, because I could not stay out any longer. I missed you so bad.
Oh my gosh, I don't fall for that, y'all. I don't fall for it. It's probably because of another reason.
Use it, fellas.
He got kicked out, or he couldn't hang with playing basketball anymore.
Oh, bull crap. Don't ever freaking challenge my basketball skills. I always can handle hanging.
I was teasing.
My story is, and I may have told it before, but I think it's good, and it's always good to hear about I think it was the Dalai Lama. Have I told you this story?
Well, I don't know. You haven't.
Well, I'm prefacing it with that.
Well, how am I supposed to?
So
If you
a
told
lady
me if I don't know what the
comes
story
up.
is?
Shh.
You ask me a question and then you shush me, and that's my biggest pet peeve. Do it again, and
Can I tell my story?
Don't shush me like that. Ask me to be quiet. Tell me to shut up, but don't.
Do I have to get my junk out again?
No, but my point is, you ask me a question and then you shush me when I try to answer.
Okay, let's start over. So this lady, she comes to the Dalai Lama, and she says,
Sounds like a deli.
"It does."
Sorry. Anyway.
And she was proper because she waited in line. She kept her space. If you want to go back to one of the first podcasts, what was it? Deli something?
Oh, deli etiquette.
Deli.
I was like,
there's deli
podcast
etiquette. I'm not going to talk about it now.
1,
You can
2,
go
3,
back
4,
to
5,
like
something like
one of the first 2 or 3 podcasts we did. There's deli etiquette people. Anyway, so she brings her child in and she says, Dalai Lama. I don't know if she said that. She might have said Your Majesty. She might have said God. She might have said You're awesome.
It doesn't matter.
Can you? My son has got to. I want him to quit eating sugar.
he needs to quit eating sugar. And then Dalai Lama looks at her and he says, come back in 1 month. So she comes back in 1 month. And the Dalai Lama looks at her and looks at her son or her child. It can be a daughter if anybody wants her to be a daughter. I don't want to get into gender problems. And says, stop eating sugar. And she says, why did we have to wait a month? And you know what the Dalai Lama said?
What?
He said, because I had to see if I could do it first.
Ooh.
Ooh. Wow, does that relate to religion? Does that relate to our standards in life? People just telling you how you need to be, but they won't do it?
That's a good point.
He had to quit eating sugar.
But
He
after,
said, I need a month to quit eating sugar to see if it's even possible before I tell another human being to do something.
okay, but that little boy had to leave and stop eating sugar for the rest of his life. And the Dalai Lama was like, bring me the Little Debbie cake.
I swear, man.
Put it at my feet.
You take a great point and you just poop on it.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, anybody can do anything for a month.
You're amazing. You are amazing.
What?
People, this is
Thank
what I
you.
live with.
Thank you. You're so
This is what I live
sweet.
with.
But no, but you know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to go the rest of his life without eating sugar? Or did the lady say, my son needs to quit eating sugar for a month?
You're getting into semantics. I'm trying to make a freaking philosophical point.
I am
It's
a literal person.
he doesn't have to give it up for a month. He just had to see if he could give it up for a month. If he can give it up, then you can give it up.
He can give it up for a month. Sorry, kid. You got to go the rest of your life.
But the kid needs to because the kid's probably going to have diabetes or does have
Well,
diabetes.
then the Dalai Lama needs to see if he can do it for the rest of his life.
No, he doesn't. He just needs to see if it can be done. If it
Of
can
course
be
it
done,
can be done. We didn't need the Dalai Lama to tell us you can give up sugar for a month. I can tell you that. I tell my people that all the time. He's not that insightful on that. And that's like-
friends of the podcast, I did my best to inspire you.
It's a
But
good
as
point.
usual,
I like
Angie crushes and doubts and questions.
No, it's a good point, but what I'm saying is I am a literal person, so I'm sitting over here being like, okay, that's good of you, Dalai Lama. That's good of you to, let me see if I can do it first for a month. But this kid may have to do it for a longer time, longer than a month. Anybody can give up anything for a month.
Give up sex for a month.
I can. I won't want to, but anybody can. I'm a strong person. I can give up anything. I haven't had stuff like that
I gave
in
up all
7
that
years.
crap for 5 weeks too.
But I'm a
So not
literal
worried about
person. So I'm the one that got kicked out of gymnastics when I was younger.
it. Because you were dumb. That wasn't about being literal.
It was about being literal. I'll tell you the story.
Come on, use your
It was-
brain.
I was using my brain. Everybody else was idiots. Here's the
Oh
problem.
yeah, they were still in
No.
the class, weren't they?
Listen, let me tell you the story. And I was like young. I mean, I'm talking like
2,
no. I was like
4.
no. I was probably kindergarten or first grade. But they
Okay.
were saying like stand on your right foot. So I took my left foot and put it on top of my right foot. And then they were like, stand on your left foot. And I took my right foot and put it on top of my left foot. And the teacher said something to me. My mom said, I don't remember exactly. And like, okay, Angie, take this seriously. And I'm sitting here thinking, I am taking it seriously a bit.
Too seriously.
And then she was like, all right, everybody stand on their head. And the story is told that I put my hands on my hips and I'm like, that's impossible. Nobody can put their feet up on their head and stand on their head. And she was like, okay. And my mom said that
You're
she
so
approached her
pretty.
and she said, I think that Angie has talents elsewhere instead of gymnastics. She's just not taking this seriously. And I'm like seriously taking it seriously. I'm not even, I'm literally thinking you're crazy. I can't put my feet on top of my head and stand up on it. Obviously she meant.
Yeah, we all know.
So you know what my mom
she
did?
meant.
You know where my mom thought I'd be fit after that? She's like,
Modeling?
okay, yeah, Angie, I don't think gymnastics is for you. Let's go to modeling
But
school.
that's true though. Well, I'm going to get stereotypical, so sorry.
So I did modeling school. I
You're
graduated
doing-
twice.
So, how old were you?
Well, this was when I was a little. Well, I did it once when I was like in early elementary school, and then I went through.
Can you answer the question? When
No.
did you start modeling?
I said early elementary school.
So you started on cocaine in elementary
Shut up. The beginning, and then I went through the same modeling
Academy?
Academy.
Oh, I nailed it.
When I was in middle school.
Gosh, man.
I was a little bit better when I was in middle school.
I want you to do the catwalk for me.
I can do it. You want me to put my pumps on?
You don't have any pumps.
I have heels. I can
Let's
put it
put
on.
'em on.
I can walk. I can turn. I know how to do the turn. Everything. I
Really?
can strike a pose. Heck yeah! I just didn't like doing it. It wasn't for me. I know
Can you
how
do
to
it
do
for
it.
me? Can you do it in like lingerie though? Because
Yeah.
I want a lingerie show. I want like a
I can do it.
nice lingerie show.
I can do it.
Yes.
I can do the
this
catwalk.
Podcast turned out
Are
to be
you going
freaking
to have
amazing.
like lights and take pictures?
Yes.
Okay, I can do that. So then I did that. And then so I am a literal person. That's why I took your Dalai Lama story and did that to it. I wasn't trying to shoot it down. I wasn't trying to be that person, but it's just who I am, people. This is who I am. You either love
She
me
is
or you
that
don't.
person.
I can be that person. I'm confident enough to be that person.
Oh, that's good.
Come at me, bro.
I'll be back. I'll be back with something inspirational, and I'm sure you'll find a way to squash it.
I'm not squashing
But
it.
me and the Dalai Lama are going to put our heads together. We're going to come up with something. The Dalai Lama is probably going to meditate for 17 more years straight just to try to figure out something that'll touch you.
Shut up. You're making me sound terrible. I'm sure there's somebody out there that agrees with my point.
Now they do, but
Oh,
if you just kept
real
your mouth
big
shut,
of ya.
everybody would be like, "Oh, that's amazing. That's such a good
At
point."
first, it did strike
But
me.
then
and I
you're
was
like, you tore it down, so everybody's
Whoa.
like, "Jeff, you're a dumbass for freaking bringing that shit up." Of course, anybody can freaking give up something for a month, like Angie said.
yeah.
But for a whole life, that poor damn kid, that's abuse. His mom and the Dalai Lama, like they got together and they freaking deprived that kid. I can see it now.
I'm just saying.
All right,
All right.
I'm done.
I'm done too. I'm sorry I squashed you.
It's okay. Squash me all you want, baby. Good night.